everybody, this is Kurtis said here along with Shaun McGinnis. I just went to THQ and saw Darksiders 2. Shaun didn't actually show up for that. He wasn't assigned to it.
Nope. I have an abstract idea of what a Darksider is, though.
Yeah, so he's here so I can bounce off ideas, and he bounces ideas too. We're all bouncing things.
I mean, we like to bounce around here. Okay, so Darksiders 2. You play as Death.
Yes, exactly.
You're a little bit more agile. It seems like he's running and jumping up walls much more deftly than War ever could in the first game.
Yeah, it's a lot of Prince of Persia style, like moving around, jumping around, climbing things, also falling down if you miss the jump.
Occasionally, yeah. So what did you see? What happened in that demo?
This was the beginning of the actual retail game. The actual build is really close to final. So you start out, you have your horse, Dust, I believe he's called, and you're kind of running towards this giant tower. You're trying to solve a way to save War from the grips of the council. And you start out with a lot of fighting. There's a lot of running first, then there's fighting.
Isn't that how life always goes? There's running, and then there's fighting.
Yeah, when you're Death, there's got to be a lot of fighting. Most people do not want to die that easily.
Right.
So you have your two scythes. I eventually found a hammer. The kind of funny thing is the loot drops around here were all too of a high level for me to actually equip during the demo, and I didn't even level up during the entire demo, so it's like, okay, I got all these socks, and I got all these gloves and scythes, and I can't do anything with them.
Well, yeah, that's a new thing about Darksiders 2, is you've got the loot and equipment, and you can make yourself look like kind of like a weird, fantasy pimp dude.
But for the entire demo, I was pretty much naked.
Okay.
Naked with sharp objects and a big hammer.
I mean, just like real Death.
And so I eventually go into the tower or the big building. It's made out of pretty much bright crystals.
Okay.
And in the inside, it's a lot of platforming, a lot of Prince of Persia sort of jump around, turn around on a bunch of pillars, jump to the next one, climb a bunch of vines. It was pretty fun.
Yeah?
The kind of thing I didn't really like, there were some quick time events, not too many, but they were mostly against enemies. It would be, if they try to attack you, you win the quick time event, you pretty much murder them, and if you mess up, they murder you. You still have life left, and even if you fall in a pit, you only lose a little bit of life. You come back up and you can keep going. But it kind of sucked when I actually got towards the actual boss of the demo. You meet one of the, Crow Fathers, I think his name is. He's like this ancient guy with all of his secrets, and he actually transforms himself into a sort of a mock version of War. At first I wasn't really sure if he was transforming or if he had actually summoned War there. But you end up finding this clone of War that fights with his sword. He only slashes like 3 or 4 times in a row, so he's really easy to take out. But he used a lot of quick time events. It might have been because of the difficulty setting I put on, so they might adjust that. But the actual combat, it's really fun, really fluid. I didn't play a lot of the original Darksiders. I played it probably halfway, and a lot of times, comparatively, Darksiders 1 feels clunky to how smooth Death can just dispatch a lot of the enemies.
So this was a near final build. I know the first game sort of chugged when it came to the frame rate in certain points. How is this one running?
I was playing on the Xbox 360, and it both looked good and it ran good.
All right.
I can't really compare it to the other versions that might be coming out at a later time. Or
the 3DO version.
yeah, 3DO, Atari, just any system they want to do. It'll probably be a Game Boy Advanced game.
All right, cool.
And yeah, the game will be coming out in August of this year. And yeah, if you want to look forward to it, check out our game space and all of the rest of our coverage.